Hello.
Oh, hi.
All right, everybody see the screen okay?
Thanks for reminder.
Yeah, I know the time changed a little bit and probably messed up some people's schedules. So, all right, so you just run through the agenda. So MR total for the month so far, 16. And I think with all the docs work that everybody's jumping in on, we'll probably see a nice spike over the next week. So, and thank you for everybody jumping in on that quickly and cranking out a bunch of MRs for us to review. Looks like progress is going really well there. So thank you. And then I'm just gonna jump over to the board so we can run through 12.9 since that is ending. Tomorrow is effectively the last day. So looks like Camille just joined us. So Camille, we're just running through the board and you are the first one on there. So upstream patches for Puma.
Yes, I spent some time talking with Nate recently. I'm not gonna finish that, but I have like very good description from Nate what I have to do to upstream that. So I will continue working on that.
Let me just move it over to 12.10 then.
Yes, basically what I have to do is like prepare the patch in the final form and like write the explanation and the benchmark that we used. And he's very anxious to get it merged, and it's like one of the features to be part of the 5.0 of Puma.
Cool. Okay. Thanks. See Nicola.
Hi. So this one development is complete, but it's still in review. So I will try to push it today to see if it can be reviewed faster, because I didn't get any response from Thursday, I think.
Okay. Is there somebody else that can jump on that? Anybody on this team that has time to take a look at it?
Nicola, did we merge like this streaming serializer one?
It's not yet, but I think it will be merged sooner. Maintainer has some questions, I answered them, and I need to fix some small changes on specs, and that's it. So I hope to have it merged today.
Cool, it would be awesome.
Okay, so you remove Puma experimental status. I took a look at it, Matthias. I didn't see anything that you missed, and it looked good to me, but are you just waiting for review feedback?
I think Camille said he left a note. I'm going to look at it later.
Okay. And you're up next. Matthias, collect project import metrics.
Right. So we broke out a sub issue from this because it's not really directly related to this story, but generally there's something wrong with exporting projects on staging. It occasionally breaks, or for certain types of projects or sizes of projects, we're not totally sure yet, it breaks with an error message about like object storage being not enabled. So I pulled in infrastructure. I asked Yarv, and he's actually looking into this. So it looks like there's some progress on it. I opened a second issue for this. I think it's referenced there somewhere. So yeah, until exports generally work on staging, we can't really make a lot of progress with this one. But it's like feature complete. It is working. So it works if you pick a smaller project, but those are not very useful to measure. So I think at this point I should just start working on something else. And like once export in general are fixed on staging, we can just like retest this with this project that was broken before. And if that works, then we can just call it done then.
Okay, so you have so the functionality in this is done, but you have an open bug or an open issue for.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so this should be closed out then?
I would say let's retest it when exports work as expected again. Okay. To really make, because we want to make sure it actually works with a project that we would typically use for performance measurement, right? Well, okay. I mean, I guess you want to get it into 12.9, right? So that track is the deliverable.
No,
I mean, sure. Like, Yeah,
I'm not
it is
concerned
dev
about.
done. Like I would, the only thing I would do, so assuming the fix, so assume we fix exports or whatever problem that is, we don't know yet. The only thing I would do is I would change an environment variable, which is just a project config. We wouldn't even have to write code. It's just to point it to a different project. And that should be it, like bar any unforeseen other problems. So yeah, if we want to call it done, we can call it done.
I mean,
Oh, he moved. Yeah, he moved that issue to the infrastructure tracker, because there's not really much our team can do.
yeah, I'm gonna close this since we have this specific issue to follow up on,
All right, fair enough.
instead of letting it sit in the backlog and move over and over again. So we have a more specific issue for this one. So
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't block ND-JSON in any way anyway. It's
Right.
just like, it would just, you know, we said it would be awesome to have so that we can pull a couple profiles now from the existing, like fetch.json, import exports, and then see how it changes once ND-JSON gets enabled. That would be really neat to have then.
Yep. Okay. And you're up again. So
yeah, so I tested it again this morning. I posted the results in there. It is like, I think it's done. I mean, that we broke out anything that we know is an issue, has follow-up items. It looks like an improvement on the average. Thing that I haven't done yet is because not all the fixes have made it to production yet, at least not as of this morning, but only to staging. I was only able to test it on staging so far. So in production, it will still be off the feature toggle. So I don't know, call it now or I'll test it again on production. So I will definitely test it again on production. But it's like so the issue itself, I guess, is done.
So like my absurd changes got merged as well today morning.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, and that's awesome, but it wasn't even part of the original scope of that ticket anyway. So I wouldn't even count that towards this. I don't think we had an issue for this, a separate one, but yeah. But yeah, that's great. Thank you so much, Camille, for doing that.
So is this one done then?
Again, like bar any issues we might find in production, I just can't say. So it kind of depends on when we say an issue is done. You know, once we've verified it in prod, then it's not done, because there's no way to verify it in prod right now, because the fix was not on prod as of this morning.
Okay. Now let's put a note then. And then this one, we were effectively going to close when some other related issues were
I think
closed.
we can close it now. I mean, we're working towards ND-JSON. It basically just waiting for ND-JSON to be done.
Okay. Lexi, workhorse acceleration part 1.
Yeah, this one is done, and I just need to verify it on prod. Maybe, I don't know. I just wanted to wait a bit until I am sure that there are no issues in channels and so forth. I already made an upload and it works. So we could basically close it. And okay. I wonder if I will be able to merge the second part as well, which is currently scheduled for 12:10, but I'm finishing the last merge request as well. So maybe it will be merged very soon too.
Okay. This one keeps kind of falling through the cracks. We don't have anybody assigned to this. Let's just move it to 12:10 since we didn't work on it.
It seems to be assigned to Fabio. So yeah. It's like he's on another team, and
but it's assigned to us. It's in our group. All right, I will follow up on this one, Fabio. Health check for GitLab, Camille.
No, I did not work on that. Sorry. So I guess like what is left really for Puma for 12.10 is like everything related around HA documentation, which this seems also part of.
Okay. Don't see this one as something called out for trying to get done. But we can follow up with Josh on this one. Is this part of the swarming issues? I think it is.
Yes, I actually brought it back again from the 12.10 because it seems that like most of these changes are pretty much in fly. I'm not sure because like I opened MR for like Puma worker configuration in Omnibus to change the defaults, but there seems to be another merge request being opened by Ben. So it's likely that like this MR gonna be merged anyway for the 12.9, which is like this one. I close mine because it's this seems like significantly more complete. So I would simply like wait and see if it gets merged. It seems so. So we would actually have this issue solved as well.
This one I think has been done, right?
It's very strange because this one it's pretty similar to like to the previous one.
Yeah.
I would rather even say that maybe they are like duplicates. So maybe there has to be some cleanup that we should do. Like maybe we should merge these two issues and basically close this while like the Ben update gets merged.
Yep. Okay, this one's you, Camille.
So I enabled the feature flag on the dev. I need to figure out if this is something that I should close this issue or open a new one, or whether I should move this one. I will spend some time today, tomorrow morning, on writing summary for this issue.
Okay.
And CCU.
Right. Thank you. And then Matthias. I think Matthias locked up. Yep, we lost him. I think there was some updates on this morning that I saw. Yep.
Yeah, I think that he just started it.
Okay. So that one might carry over. Let's see what I just on this one. I think this might also be a duplicate of previous issues.
I actually like also added a note about that to one of documentation updates. So it seems that like a lot of this documentation would be merged, like would be closed once we merge all these documentation changes.
Yep. Yeah, I'll review them all later on today. Yeah, Matthias just said his connection dropped. This one I think is being worked on, right? Maybe not. Does anybody have time to pick this one up? Right.
Is there any specific instruction we are going to put into this documentation, or we're just going to say that you need to do it manually and figure out anything, blah, 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 according to our best values, and to cross-link everything here?
I think it's more of the latter.
So just to make sure to update everything, right?
Yep.
So it seems that like the naming of all the configuration options between Unicorn and Puma, it's pretty consistent. So it's rather like there are like new options like min and max threads, but this is pretty much the only difference. Everything else is pretty consistent as for the naming.
I will find an owner for that. Quick MR. Looks like Josh has an MR for this one. I think he pinged. Oh, he's got folks looking at it, so we're okay there. Nicola.
Yeah, I already mentioned that one.
Right.
So
Yep.
it's in maintainer review. Maintainer left some comments, and I need just to fix some specs. So I hope to push it today, so it will be merged probably tomorrow, not today, but yeah.
Okay.
I hope I don't see any major blockers in the comments, so I think it will be okay.
And then Chinyu updated his today, so it looks like he's trying to get them in today. All right, anything else we need to cover for 12.9? Looks like a lot of stuff will make it over the line at the last minute. All right, so we're gonna run through 12.10. Look at the goals. We'll do a high level instead of going through issue by issue. So 12.10, I put them in themes because there's a lot going on in 12.10. Just try and keep it somewhat organized. So CI minutes, obviously that got prioritized for us, this milestone. It doesn't seem like it's a ton of work. I think it's something that Camille and Alexi will probably pair on as Alexi gets freed up from the coursework that he's doing right now. There's still some organization on the issues. Like I still need to create that epic. But these are the issues that were created by Camille. Take a look. Puma, we went through some of the 12.9 issues that got pulled back in, but there are a few things that we need to finish up.
The first one is solved and merged already.
Okay. And then there's a blog post, and then there's a couple other small issues that we need to clean up. And then for development practices that we keep talking about, actually working on, these are the ones that we pulled in for 12.10. Probably maybe Matthias and Chinyu can pair up on those, or whoever's available. And then import, there were a few things that we wanted to finish up. And then for stretch goals, there were some usage pings. These are pretty small. But there are things that are important that Josh called out that he'd like to get in as soon as we can. And then there might be a couple of other issues added from follow-up for last week, from this meeting. So any questions on the general themes and stuff that we're working on? Are there any glaring omissions that I missed out on? Cool. Okay. What else for this week? That's it for the agenda. Are there any other topics anybody wants to cover today? Take that as a no. All right, I'll give you all a few minutes back. Thanks, everybody.